Hello friends. In this video, you'll see the process of drawing a Triceratops. And you'll also discover unbelievable facts about this fantastic dinosaurs. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. Help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. It's just one click for you, but for me, it's a good pleasure. Thank you so much. Enjoy watching. Triceratops lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 68 to 66 million years ago, at the very end of the age of dinosaurs. It shared its world with some of the most famous prehistoric creatures ever discovered, including its greatest rival, Tyrannosaurus rex. And unlike many other dinosaurs, Triceratops was one of the last dinosaurs to exist before the mass extinction event that wiped them out. It truly lived at the end of an era. Its name means three-horned face, and that's exactly what made it so iconic. But those horns were more than just decoration. They were weapons, and signals, and possibly even tools of communication. An adult Triceratops could grow up to 9 meters, 30 feet, in length 3 meters, 10 feet, in height weighing between 6 to 12 tons. That's comparable to a modern elephant, but with a skull that could make up 1/3 of its entire body length. Yes, its head alone could reach over 2.5 meters, 8 feet long. It was one of the largest skulls of any land animal ever discovered. Let's take a closer look at its most defining features. First, the horns. Triceratops had 3 horns. 2 long horns above the eyes, 1 shorter horn above the nose. The brow horns could reach up to 1 meter, 3 feet in length. They were strong, sharp, and perfectly positioned for combat. Fossil evidence shows that many Triceratops skulls have healed wounds, likely from battles with other Triceratops. This suggests they fought each other, but not just for survival, possibly for territory, dominance, mating rights. Now the frill, that large, bony plate extending from the back of the skull. For years, scientists debated its purpose. Was it for defense, display, temperature regulation? Today, the answer is likely all of the above. The frill could protect the neck from predator attack, serve as a visual display to attract mates, help identify individuals within a herd. Some researchers even believe the frill may have been brightly colored in life. Imagine that, a massive, armored dinosaur with vivid patterns on its head. Despite its fearsome appearance, Triceratops was a herbivore. He fed on plants, but not just soft leaves. His mouth was equipped with a powerful beak and rows of hundreds of teeth, arranged in what scientists call a dental battery. These teeth were constantly replaced throughout his life. Perfect for slicing tough vegetation, crushing fibrous plants, grinding down branches and shrubs. He likely fed on ferns, palms, cycads, low-growing vegetation, and possibly even small trees. Now picture this. A Triceratops lowers its head. His beak snaps shut on a thick branch, and with a powerful twist of his neck, he tears the plant free. This wasn't a gentle grazer. This was a living bulldozer. But even a creature this powerful had enemies, and none was more dangerous than Tyrannosaurus rex. Fossil evidence shows clear signs of direct conflict between these two giants. Some Triceratops fossils have bite marks consistent with T-Rex teeth, healed injuries suggesting they survived attacks, and some T-Rex fossils show injuries that could have been caused by Triceratops horns. This wasn't just predator and prey. This was a battle of equals. Imagine the encounter. A lone Triceratops stands his ground. His head lowers, horns aimed forward. Across from him, a T-Rex approaches. Slow, careful, watching for weakness. One mistake, and it's over. The Triceratops charges. His massive body surges forward with incredible force. Those horns could pierce deep into flesh, even into bone. If it connected, even a T-Rex could be fatally wounded. This is why many scientists believe T-Rex had to be cautious. Hunting Triceratops was dangerous, sometimes too dangerous. Now let's talk about behavior. Did Triceratops live alone or in herds? This is still debated. Some fossil sites suggest they may have moved in groups, especially younger individuals. Her behavior would provide protection from predators, social interaction, increased chances of survival. But unlike some other horned dinosaurs, there's limited direct evidence of large Triceratops herds. It's possible they were more solitary or lived in small family groups. One fascinating discovery involves growth and development. Young Triceratops didn't look exactly like adults. Their horns and frills changed shape as they grew. Juveniles had smaller horns, different frill shapes. As they matured, these features became larger and more pronounced. This suggests that horns and frills played an important role in social signaling, almost like a visual language. Now here's something surprising. For a long time, scientists thought there were multiple species closely related to Triceratops. But recent research suggests that some of these may actually represent different growth stages of the same animal. In other words, what were once thought to be different species might just be teenagers and adults of Triceratops. Let's move to its environment. During the late Cretaceous, North America was divided by a massive inland sea. Triceratops lived on the western landmass known as Laramidia. This region was warm, humid, rich in plant life. It was a perfect habitat for large herbivores. And where there are herbivores, there are predators. But everything changed 66 million years ago. A massive asteroid struck Earth. The impact triggered global fires, earthquakes, tsunamis, a cloud of debris blocking sunlight. Photosynthesis stopped, plants died, and without plants, herbivores like Triceratops had nothing to eat. Within a relatively short period, they disappeared, along with nearly all dinosaurs. Triceratops is one of the most commonly found dinosaur fossils from his time period. Hundreds of skulls have been discovered. His abundance has allowed scientists to study variation between individuals, growth stages, injuries, and diseases. Some fossils even show signs of broken horns that healed, bite marks from predators, infections in bone tissue. These fossils tell a story of survival, struggle, and adaptation. One particularly interesting detail is that Triceratops may have had keratin coverings on his horns and beak, just like modern animals such as rhinos or birds. This would make his horns even longer and sharper in life than what we see in fossils. And then there's the question of speed. Triceratops wasn't fast, but he didn't need to be. Its strength was in defense, power, stability. He could likely move at moderate speeds, but his real advantage was standing his ground. Let's bring this all together. Triceratops was not just a plant eater. He was armored, armed, powerful, and capable of defending itself against the most dangerous predators of its time. He was one of the last giants of a dying world. Now, imagine this final scene. The sky is darker than usual. The air feels different. The ground is quiet. A lone Triceratops moves slowly through a thinning forest. Food is scarce. The world is changing. He doesn't know why. He only knows survival. Days pass, then weeks. The plants begin to disappear. The rivers shrink. The air grows colder. And eventually, even the strongest cannot endure. Triceratops, a creature that survived millions of years, could not survive what came next. But its story doesn't end in extinction. He lives on in fossils, in museums, in science, and in our imagination. And here's something to leave you with. Triceratops wasn't just a victim of extinction. He was one of the final witnesses to the greatest mass extinction event in Earth's history. He stood at the very end, at the edge of time,